Hey everyone, it's Diana from Black, White, Gray, Yellow. Today's video is going to be a little bit different from the lessons that I've been teaching so far. I do still intend to continue with those, but today I want to talk about something personal. I'm getting divorced. Yay, what a great opportunity to practice resilience, right? I'm not here to spill drama. I figured that this video would be a good opportunity for me to talk about what resilience strategies I'm actually using and what strategies might help you if you're going through a major life upheaval as well. So without further ado, let's roll the intro. So, divorce. Let's talk about it. So, in my particular case, this divorce is going about as amicably as any divorce you've ever heard of possibly could. My husband and I are still best friends. We still want the best for each other. We've still agreed that we still love each other. We're just moving on in different directions. So the situation absolutely could be so much worse than it is, and I'm extremely grateful for as well as it is going. Nonetheless, this is still a massive upheaval of my life. Not only am I losing my life partner, my loved one, I am also going to be losing my home because we've agreed to sell the house. This place was our place. We're not together anymore. He's going to move somewhere else and I'm going to move somewhere else. So I'm losing my studio, among other things, which means that you might see a lot more videos that look more like this than like what you're used to. I'm losing my bedroom, I'm losing my office, I'm losing my library, I'm losing the gym, I'm losing all kinds of things. I'm keeping my dogs, I'm losing the cat, I'm losing my favorite wall. But anyway, I'm losing my home, everything that my life has been for the last 5 years or so. I'm packing up and putting into storage. I'm also losing the stability of getting to work on this channel full time. I'm gonna have to find a source of income and start taking care of myself again. So don't worry, there will still be videos, but hey, there should be more content and I can talk more resilience as I work through this process. So yay for more content, I guess. That's a resilient attitude right there. Throughout this process, at least where I am right now, there is still a lot that is unknown. I know I'm selling the house. I don't know where I'm going yet. I know that I need to get a job or another opportunity where I can work income, maybe full-time military is an option, but I don't know what that's going to be or look like yet. So we know from our ABC video and talking about thought themes that the unknown produces a lot of thoughts in the theme of danger, which leads to either fear or anxiety and agitation. So as resilient as I'm being through this scenario, there's definitely a lot of underlying stress that I am managing as best I can. So what I want to talk about next are the actual resilience strategies that I'm actually using in this scenario, to talk you through what I'm doing in a real world scenario. I'm actually applying the lessons that I teach. And if you're going through anything remotely similar, I want to give you some real examples of how I'm applying these lessons for my own case. So let's move on to that. Okay, so I've come up with a list of 4 things that I'm doing that are helping me stay resilient through this process. And so I'll go through each of them in turn here. The first one is that I'm choosing to focus on the positives. I'm choosing to reframe my loss as freedom. So we've already gone through the long list of things that I'm losing in this scenario, but instead of focusing on the sad part, again, not pretending it doesn't exist, but choosing not to focus on it, I am instead directing my attention to all the things that are now possible that didn't used to be possible. So, for example, where there have over the years been a lot of job opportunities, military opportunities, school opportunities that have been really interesting to me. I've never really had an opportunity to pursue them because none of them were anywhere close to where I am. And I didn't really have the ability to relocate before because I was tethered by my mortgage. Now I'm not. So I fully intend to be applying all over the country to a lot of those opportunities. And I can choose to focus on the fact that, yes, in fact, now I have the freedom to do that. Another thing is that the sale of the house should net both my husband and I a fair amount of money. We will both get our investment back that we put into the house, and then each have a pretty substantial cushion on which we can do any number of things. Now, my dad is very adamant that I need to treat that as incredibly precious and not squander it. But I do think that there will be sufficient buffer that I can invest a little bit of it in some self care. And what I would really like to do is travel on a budget, not go crazy, but this is the time. I am young, I am divorced, I am unemployed, or I will be divorced and unemployed. And this is the opportunity where I can go travel by myself, see parts of the world that I've never seen before. And that really excites me. So as I'm packing up boxes and putting my entire life into storage, I am choosing, instead of focusing on how sad that is, I'm choosing to focus on the fact that I am getting ready to do something really exciting. So this comes back to a discussion that I've had with you before on previous videos about optimism. The true optimist isn't someone who pretends that the bad things don't exist. It's someone who can acknowledge that they exist and choose to focus on the positive anyway, who can decide that, I recognize that the bad is there, but the good is there too, and can have a more balanced view of the world and can choose to focus at any given moment on what is most helpful in that moment, which a lot of times is the more positive thing. I certainly can focus on the negative and then I curl into a ball and cry, and that's okay too. But it's more helpful and I'm able to be more resilient and put one foot in front of the other when I'm focused on the more positive things. So that's number one, reframing my loss as freedom. Number two, putting my anxieties into action. I don't know if anxieties is the right word there, but taking all of my emotion and, as I said, putting one foot in front of the other, doing something productive, packing up my boxes, making this video, applying to those places that I'm interested in. I'm all sweaty right now because earlier today I was moving boxes and moving furniture, and that helped me feel a little bit better. And making this video is helping me feel a little bit better. It helps me know that I still have routine, I still have purpose, I'm still doing something. I'm not just sitting around letting life happen to me. I'm taking control. So number two is working towards something. I'm sorry, I'm reading my notes here for a second. And I do want to clarify that, yes, I'm not afraid to be with my emotions. I do still take some time to curl up into a ball and cry, but it is more helpful for me to be moving towards something even while I'm grieving. Which leads me into number three, which is, as many of my friends have told me, it's okay to grieve. Um, it's okay to ask for a hug. It's okay to cry, to take a nap and need to snuggle with my dog. It's okay to need some time. Resilience doesn't mean that I have to be upbeat and optimistic all the time. I am right now because I feel purpose driven making this video. Because before this, I felt purpose driven moving boxes. But this morning, it was hard for me to get out of bed. So there's definitely some of each, and having the grace for myself to give myself time to process through everything, that's been an important part of my resilience process as well. And that leads again to number 4, which is leaning on my support network. Something that I did not appreciate for a long time was how important a support network is for resilience. If you are like I used to be, trying to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders alone, no matter how mentally strong you may be, you are still fragile in the sense that when something bad happens, you don't have that support network that really makes a huge difference. So if you want to truly be resilient, go reach out to your friends. You don't have to make up with family you don't like, but try to find some chosen family. Try to find some people who see you, who accept you, who love you, who will be there for you when times get hard, because I'll tell you right now, those people have been lifesavers. I've really appreciated everyone who has been able to be there for me, even while acknowledging the things that I did wrong in this scenario. They have still stuck by me and have offered me places to stay and anything else that I could need through this process. So to all of you, thank you. I can't express my gratitude enough. And besides, in addition to everything else, while I am losing my partner, those friends help me feel less alone. And in my particular case, I do count my husband as one of those friends. I said that we've stayed extremely amicable. Even if he's not going to be my partner anymore, he does still want to stay my friend, and he is helping me through this process as well. So special thanks to him for just being so wonderful. Okay, so those are the 4 things that I am doing. And you can see some of the relationship back to some of those earlier skills that we've talked about. I'm putting things into practice. I'm not necessarily using those same words, but I am hunting the good stuff. What else am I doing? I'm using my ABCs. I am not looking for icebergs necessarily, but I have done a lot of introspection and have learned a lot about myself through this process. And there have been a lot of discussions that I won't necessarily share here, maybe on Patreon, that I could talk about. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap up the video here, try to keep it as short and sweet as possible. I would love if you enjoyed this video, if you would leave a like, and if it resonated with you, if you feel comfortable, please write me in the comments and tell me how this video benefited you, or if you've had a similar experience, how you dealt with it. Tell me how you're staying resilient, or even just that you're still standing, because that's enough. One foot in front of the other, one day at a time. That's how we get through life. So shout out to you if you are struggling. If you're getting by, I hope that you'll reach out and help somebody else who may be less fortunate. Like and subscribe, and check out my new Patreon. It's patreon.com/blackwhitegrayyellow. You can subscribe for $1 a month, and I'll be posting some extra content up there. Probably more updates about the divorce as we go along. I won't post all of them to YouTube proper, but I'll keep you updated there. If there's anything else that I've forgotten, please feel free to write me in the comments and I'll respond to that as well. But until next time, my name is Diana, and this has been Black, White, Gray, Yellow.